I am officially 14 weeks out from hiking the Grand Canyon, and this is my weekly check-in video that I am sharing the things that I am doing for training and nutrition and all of the other things that go into training for something as big as hiking the Grand Canyon rim to rim in one day. So this is my second video in my series. I'm doing these weekly check-in videos, just recapping my training for the week and then what's upcoming for the next week. I've also started doing something this week, actually. I'm calling it Dashboard Diaries, but it's me just reflecting on some of the training sessions and hiking sessions and some of the things that I've been doing, just driving in my car and sharing with you some of my thoughts and just reflecting on what I did for that particular day. So you can find those on this channel as well. I've got them all in the same playlist. So for this week, I had intended on getting a full 17 miles in. This week I got about 12 miles in. My hike that I had planned for yesterday got changed. Totally fine. That's how my training plans work, is that I put things together in a way that allows for buffer, that if things change, things happen, that we can adjust accordingly. So the way I do my training is I plan my weeks out Sunday to Saturday. So by like Thursday, I realized I probably was not going to get 17 miles in this week. And it's not like there's this sort of like a magic thing that happens between Saturday and Sunday. It's just that's how I structure my training plans for the week. Today starts a new sort of training plan for the week. So rather than like trying to overload myself and trying to get the miles in from last week and get the miles in this week, we're just going to keep moving forward. So this week the plan is to try to get in about 17 miles. I'm not 100% certain that it will happen, just in the sense that I am getting ready to do a longer vacation. And so I'm not necessarily going to have the time in the mornings to get out and do the walking and the hike. So I probably will have to do some treadmill work this week. So for my training last week, said didn't get to the full 17 miles, got about 12 miles in, but I did get some really good step mill sessions in. I am changing up my step mill plan just a little bit, in the sense that I'm not going to go for time. I'm actually going to go for the flights of stairs. So I did a back workout, and then I did 20 minutes on the step mill, which equated to about 50 flights of stairs. So I'm going to start tracking how many flights of stairs I'm doing versus, and I'll also track the time, but I'm also going to start tracking the flights of stairs that I'm doing. So this week, the plan is to either get the miles in, the 17 miles in, or we're going to do the step mill. So I haven't really quite figured out exactly what that's going to look like yet. I have to look at my calendar. I do have, like I said, I have some early morning meetings, so I won't necessarily be able to get outside, whatever. So we're working on that. I'm also doing the weight training. So my plan for this week is to get 4 days of weight training in, which includes upper body, lower body, back, core, that kind of thing. So that's the plan. And then I also added in this last week, I added in sauna sessions. So I have been doing 30 minutes in the sauna after I'm done with my workout. I think the heat really helps me with recovery, but also the time in the sauna is helping me to acclimate to the heat. So when I hike the Grand Canyon, it won't be super hot that day, but there will be some time at the bottom of the canyon where we will get some heat that'll probably be over 90 degrees. So I want to be prepared for that. So I'm doing 30 minutes a day in the sauna. I did not do it on Friday simply because I knew I was hiking Saturday. I did not want to get dehydrated for the hike on Saturday because I was going to be outside. So that's the plan for the week, is that if I'm going to do a long hike, or that's actually the plan going forward, so if I'm going to do a long hike, I'm going to be outside for any length of time. I'm not going to do the sauna the day before. I just don't want to dehydrate. But I'm going to start doing 30 minutes per day. This week I've got step mill and walking or hiking. I've got 4 days of weight training, and I've got sauna. So that is my plan for the week. Nutrition is really staying the same. I'm not changing anything there. My goal is to get 1 gram per pound of my goal body weight of protein every single day. And that's going to help me build muscle as I'm doing the weight training, help me to build the strength and that I need to actually do the hike for the Grand Canyon. I'm also eating things like complex carbs. I'm eating vegetables, berries, things like that. So my nutrition really isn't changing. My goal for this week is to track. That's always been something I struggle with, is tracking my nutrition, what I'm eating for the day. I do really good up until about 2, 3 o'clock, and then I have dinner and I'm like, oh, this is whatever, and I go to bed. That's my goal for the week, is to train or track my nutrition every single day. Even if I'm not happy with it. And then sleep has been okay. I actually slept about 11 hours last night. So my dog, I've talked about this in other videos, my dog sometimes wakes me up in the middle of the night and I can't fall back asleep. And so I ended up taking 2 naps yesterday, and then I slept 11 hours last night. So I definitely needed the sleep. I was hoping to get up early this morning to go on a walk before it got hot, but I decided my body needs some rest, but we need some sleep here, so I decided to sleep in. So sleep has been okay. It can always be better. Hydration I'm doing really good with that. My goal is to get 1 gallon of water per day. I do drink some electrolytes as well in my water. I do live in beautiful Phoenix here. It is hot, it is dry, and so I do drink electrolytes. When I first moved here, I was getting headaches and I couldn't figure out why, and I realized it was probably due to the heat. I moved here in August. It's really hot here in August. And so I started drinking coconut water, and that actually helped with my headaches. I do have some electrolytes in my water throughout the day, but my goal is to drink 1 gallon of water per day. And I don't include things like, I've had some tea at night, coffee, things like that. I don't include that in that 1 gallon. Some people do. It's just something that I've always chosen not to do. That has been the reflection of what's been going on. This week is really just, like I said, staying consistent, doing the work, and then tracking my work, and then getting ready to get on the road. One thing that is always a little scary for me is that I always get in this really good groove. I get in this really good routine, and then I'll be like, oh, I gotta go on a work trip, or I'm going on vacation or something, and you get out of that routine, and I'm always worried about getting back into it when I get home. So this is gonna be a really good test for myself of just being like, okay, you're doing good. Let's do good-ish while we're gone, and then just get back to it when I get home. All right, so thanks guys. Talk to you soon.